I really like this question because it kind of reinforces something I say on all of these videos to all of my students, in my study guides, everywhere about punctuation. And that's that it's not about a pause, and it's not really about specific kinds of words, right? The punctuation is not about certainty in a lot of cases with like what kinds of words get punctuation marks. It's about sentence structure. So we need to memorize those rules and know how sentence structure plays into any question that, just like this one, makes it clear it's talking about punctuation. So here's the trap answer. Trap answer is A. Big trap. Now for two reasons. One is a lot of times when the no change option is there, it's on a hard question. Sometimes they make the hard answer choice no change because they want you to see the wrong answer there and kind of get biased towards it and be reluctant to change it. You just need to treat the no change as any other option. It could be wrong, it could be right, it's got a 25% chance of being right, it's just like anything else. Don't let the fact that it's there bias you in favor of it. Now, why is it, in this case, especially a trap? Well, because if we just look at something like this part here, just that little like word on either side, our brain is going to go, oh yeah, that's good. I like that word which. The word which usually has a comma before it. So yeah, that's good. That's what I like. I'm not going to think too hard about this. That looks good. And so they pick A because it looks good in the spot, because they don't bother reading the other choices, and because they never really learned grammar punctuation rules. They think they did. But which is not a word that always gets a punctuation mark. It doesn't always get a comma. You know why it gets a comma? When the structure of the sentence involves an extra clause, and which is the word that's attaching the extra clause to the main sentence. Then we use a comma because that's what commas do. They show us a break in the structure of the sentence, and they would show us that we have an extra thing that we're attaching to the main sentence. But is that happening here? No, because we can't just say this. We can't just say employers can also identify. That's not a complete thought. Where's the rest of that idea? Right? It feels empty to just say that. Employers can also identify. The next piece is a continuation. Employers can also identify which employees have successfully completed instructional modules and which need to be offered additional training. And notice, look, if you just read a little bit more, there's another which in the sentence that does not have a comma. And that's because it doesn't always need a comma. It depends on how it's functioning. In this case, it's kind of just another word in the sentence. And the reason I highlighted the whole sentence is this whole sentence just is kind of its own thing. It doesn't have extra pieces attached to it, really. It's kind of a self-contained idea. And that means that since there's no breaks, we shouldn't have a punctuation mark. We should just let the sentence flow. And with something like B and D, you'd probably notice that, right? Because a colon and a dash kind of function as very solid breaks, right? We would need to really have, basically a sentence in order to use those. So specifically for a colon, we need to have a sentence before the colon, and then we've got some options afterwards, but the sentence before has to be a sentence, and it's not here. Again, employers can also identify. It's not a complete thought. So yeah, that's why I like this question. This is a good example why people get things wrong is they don't read. They just kind of skim through things and they think they know more than they really do. And you have this idea that certain words get commas and certain words don't. And that's not really true in English. It's true maybe 85-90% of the time. And when all else fails, it's maybe a good guess. But the SAT knows that you know that. This question was designed to take advantage of your own knowledge. And they did it on purpose. They put it in A because they knew you wouldn't question it. This is what you're up against. So that's why you got to memorize rules and really know what the rules are. They're about structure, not about specific words, about overall structure. Really important that, it could save you those 10 points. I think this is a good example where if you study, you go from getting something like this wrong to getting this right every time. And it feels good, and it's a good score.